to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Ebro in the Morning, Laura Stiles, Rosenberg. Give it up for Ian Lara.
There you go. Thank you, man. Thank you guys for having me.
I rolled my R for you, man.
I appreciate that.
You know
That was. Do you get that every day? That big
No.
You don't get a rolled R on Lara?
Never. You got to have a special or something to get them to pronounce your name.
What,
You have a special.
You have a special.
I do. I have two.
HBO Max. You got two.
Yeah, Comedy Central and HBO.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Which
This is
one?
like so cool for me, man.
I know HBO is the one that's popping now.
That's the one that just came out.
So
yeah.
can you come back later and tell us which one was more important?
I'll tell you
Get
right
it?
now. The
Well,
HBO one. 100% the most
Why?
important one. Yeah.
Because they only do certain things. When
Yeah.
Comedy Central is like, I mean, they do comedy, so why wouldn't I have a special on Comedy Central?
Yeah, Comedy Central was great. They were great to me. They treated me good. I had a billboard in Times Square.
That's
That
pretty
was the
dope.
coolest thing that had happened to me till that point.
Right.
But then HBO is just a different, like, they're just so big and global. And like you do HBO, like I had a huge premiere. I had people come out to the
I
premiere.
didn't
Like
get an
that was
invite.
dope. No.
It's the first time we met. But
Yeah, I know. Had I met you yet?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
yeah.
unfortunate.
You
that
didn't
you didn't
invite
say
him?
anything.
You don't come out. You told me that.
Don't. That Scythe says I don't come out.
Yeah,
I come
yeah.
out for good things. An HBO premiere party.
Because I told Scythe, and he was like, nah, Rosenberg doesn't come out.
Did Scythe go?
No, he was out of town. He was out of town, but he would have won. He would have won.
fair
Yeah,
enough,
yeah.
Oh, that's super cool. What was it? Was it intimidating the first time you go into the HBO? Was it in the HBO New York office that you went in for a meeting?
They offered it to me during the pandemic, so we was
wow.
locked away. So it was like they just called me, and it was just like, hey, when things open up, we want to do this with you. And I was like, all right, cool. Like this was like April 2020, so I was just
It was
like,
early on.
Yeah, I was like, could things open up? Could things open up? And it ended up getting pushed back to last year because it got pushed back, obviously, because of the pandemic. And then a week before we were supposed to record in 2021, my mom ended up passing away from cancer. Yeah, so we had to push that back another year. So it was a long time coming. So I was very happy with when we were finally able to do it.
Was it scary? An opportunity that big, and then you have an awful tragedy like that. Is it scary to push it back? Like, what if I push it back and they somehow lose interest? Like, did they do a great job making you feel like, of course, we got you?
Yeah.
We'll-
No, it wasn't scary because you lose like your mom. Like I was the closest to my mom, so it was like I wasn't worried about anything else. I was just
Especially
like,
didn't matter.
especially didn't matter. But HBO was just like, I mean, they called me. They came. They was like, listen, whenever you're ready, we'll do this. Like whenever you're ready. Like if it takes a year, if it takes 5 years, you tell us when we're ready, and we'll do it. We'll put it together.
your shirt says Nueva York.
Yes, sir.
So I'm assuming you're from said place.
New York?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. South Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah.
Queens.
Born and raised. Yeah. South side. Here we go. We here. Yeah.
What's your background?
I'm Dominican. Mom and dad both Dominican. I was born in Brooklyn, East New York. Then we moved out to Queens, South Jamaica, when I was a teenager.
Ignorant question. Are there a lot of Dominicans in South Jamaica?
There's some. We everywhere, baby.
But it's not like a specific spot.
like a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Nah.
not like
Probably like
Washington
Corona.
Heights.
Probably like Corona. That's the most south
Yeah,
you could
Corona,
go in
right.
Queens to find like a big thing of Dominicans. But we out here.
South Jamaica versus East New York. You got any stories for us?
Nah, they both. I love them both, and I want to be accepted in both places.
want no problems.
No problems.
You want
at
no
all.
problems in either place.
No problem at all.
What is the Ian Lara comedy zone? Like I've never seen any of your content. You
Yeah.
seem like a nice enough guy.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And you seem funny.
Yeah, thank you.
And it seems like you have a great sense of humor.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Because some comedians they're funny on stage, but then off they don't really have a great sense of humor. They're like kind of weird. Is that you, or are you a normal human being?
I mean, I'm weird, but like I'm still like that's how kind of I connected with Scythe because the first time I saw
Because he's weird.
Yeah, well, he's just a New York. We was just so New York in a business that like didn't have a lot of like New York
And not
attitudes.
white.
Yeah,
New York, non-white.
Right. So I had seen like because I've been a fan of obviously New York and hip hop and stuff. So when I first saw Scythe, I was kind of like I don't want to say I was starstruck, but I was just like, damn, like Scythe. I remember Cipha Sounds, Don't Get Gas, but I played it cool, act like I didn't know who he was.
You didn't fan.
But he was like, but then he DM'd me later on, like on some bromance kind. He was just like, "Yo, I saw your comedy. Like you're funny. You fly. Like
Can
let's
we
be
go out
friends.
sometime?"
Like let's just be friends."
Wait.
I was like, "All right."
Can we be friends?
He said, "You funny, you fly. Can we be friends?"
Yeah, he was
and you
just
felt
like-
comfortable with this. You didn't like report this.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? Cypher's cool as hell. That's my guy. He was literally like, "Yo."
You didn't think he was trying to holler. You
No.
thought
Well,
he
he made it clear that he wasn't. he made it clear, hey, this is not what I'm doing. I just respect what I, you know.
When I see it, game recognize game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Respect. Yeah.
And then and then we just became mad cool from there. Like he's helped me, like he's introduced me to so many cool people, introduced me to you, you guys, and he introduced me to Chappelle, and I opened for Chappelle, like all through like the connection with Scythe. So yeah, that's
Very
what
dope.
That's really shouts to
Scythe's
Cipha
a great
Sounds.
guy.
Yeah.
Shouts to 1 Ep. Now, you asked about his style. I would say I would describe your style as sort of like you're sort of regular guy.
Super regular.
Yeah, he's not like.
Is it physical comedy, punchline
no.
comedy, stories?
A mix of stories
It's
and
a
funny
mix.
observations.
Yeah,
there's
right.
a little Seinfeldian observing the world through your, like you said in the special that when you were young, all you aspired to was being tall. Which I related to.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, that's all you needed was to be 6'2".
Right, yeah. It's all like just observations and stories of like it's mostly observations and dating stories. That's mostly what
That's
it is.
your home run.
Yeah.
And so dating stories.
Yeah.
You have a lot of them.
Yeah, I had the last special was called Romantic Comedy. It was a culmination of like stories all through my 20s. Like it was just a bunch of like things that I experienced through my 20s, and I kind of just pieced it together.
Are you in a relationship now?
No, I'm not currently in a relationship. No.
So it makes it even funnier.
Yes, it makes it funnier, but it all, sometimes like people are like, oh, the ditch just happened. I'm like, nah, that happened 6 years ago. I just talk about it now. Like in the special, there's this story, like the big story in the special that people keep talking about. This one time, this girl, I was on the road, and this girl invited me back to her place, and we started like hooking up, whatever, just kissing, and like she started
the thumbs in the eyes?
She started like pushing her thumbs into my eyes, like really.
She was trying to murder you.
Eye gouging. I don't know what she was trying to do, but she did it, and I had just gotten LASIK. Like,
oh my God!
I swear, I had just gotten LASIK like 3 months prior, and I was in the middle of Minnesota. I woke up the next day, my eyes was like bloodshot red, super irritated.
So you didn't even get up from that moment. You kept going through with the night.
It was a whole thing where I was like, just be a man. Like, it was my first time. So
you was like, fuck it, this is sexy. If she think it's sexy,
I was like, it's my first time on the road, and like, I don't know, maybe I was like a little insecure where I was just like, just take it, man up. That's what we do out here.
The eye gouging?
We do eye gouging.
Bro,
Yeah,
trying to eye gouge me. Yo, we gotta chill.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know if it was the New York in me. I was like, we ain't soft out. We from New York. Ain't nobody in Minnesota gonna make me tap
out.
out.
You were just like there taking it? Oh
Yeah,
my
I was just taking. I
God.
was also like, I was kind of like, we were drinking. I was kind of drunk thing. Like if I
So
was
admit
sober,
it, you was into eye gouging. This just in. Ian Lara.
I was
into
not.
eye gouging.
He likes it. Try it again. He might work out.
I was not into. I had to find a LASIK doctor the next day on the road. I had to find a LASIK doctor. I went to the LASIK office, and of course, it's like the super attractive doctor. When she's like, "What happened?" and then I had to like sit there and explain to her like, "Man, these groupies are out of control."
Your first one.
Yeah. After that, so that's like a big. That story was. I was 25. That was 7 years ago. But I told it so much that people was like, "You have to turn this into like a bit," and then it became like one of the big bits in the special.
I like the part when you talk about how sex is changing. You have one specific line I like, and he says, "You remember when ass eating just came out?"
Yeah. When it was new,
I was
it was like a thing.
but it's so true.
Yeah.
I was like, and I was trying to think of like from a hip hop lens why it happened, like. Big Sean, Nicki Minaj, that record, like around that time.
Well, and also the Janae Aiko, the
Janae
groceries.
Aiko.
Yeah,
The groceries.
yeah.
is
Groceries
what
is
set-
That was when it came mainstream.
That
After
was
that,
sad.
that was like
that was like almost too much.
That was,
now
yeah,
it's
that
like
was like it jumped the shark. It was
Yeah,
not
that
even-
was the jump the shark
when
moment.
Janae started. But like, yeah, I remember like in the early like 2010, 11, it wasn't something that people was just like out there about. It was kind of like, oh, he eat ass, and then you just like move your drink away from him, and you would talk behind his back. But now it's like people just open with that, like just so you know.
There was someone though when I was young that was talking about tossing salad in something. Because that's what before it was eating ass. It was
Salad
called
toss.
tossing salad.
toss.
I
It was
think
from a movie.
Foxy might have had, or maybe Kim.
There was a
Kim.
comedian or a movie that was a thing. Tossing salad.
Yeah,
was a
that,
thing.
that line
Yeah.
is in it. You like your salad toss N-word. I feel like that's a line in a song.
Yeah.
I mean, in
that
a
is
movie,
line.
in a
it
comedy.
is in a song, but yeah, it used to be like a thing.
Yeah.
Now it's like that's first base for a lot of this out here.
Yo, Ma, you want to go to the parking lot?
Yeah.
Like, eat your ass.
But girls will tell you too. Like girls will be like, yeah, like that's just that's inferred. Like of
So
course.
you're confirming that that's what you're into.
It's not. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
Oh, I got it. By the way, I'm embarrassed to say that I just typed in salad toss N-word. Chris Rock.
That's what it was.
Okay. Then what?
It was in between music and movies. like getting a salad tossed.
Yeah.
That whole- remember?
yeah.
And he talks about like it being with dressing or jelly or.
So you typed in N-word.
Yeah.
I typed it. I won't say it,
N-word?
but I
So
did.
you've used the word before now.
type it. I just typed
You
it. in a
used-
search.
That's kind of worse.
Well, I actually did hesitate. I was like, "Is this bad? Should I not
it
do
is.
this?"
They're gonna
Yeah.
come for you on the video.
Yeah. And the
Because you can't now. Because you.
It's gonna suggest weird stuff to you now.
Like, what do
Because you
think is
can't
gonna
now
pop
say
up?
I don't use the
gonna
word.
It's gonna be
Because I
videos.
typed
Because
it.
you typed it.
But I wouldn't type in a text message. I was searching for something.
But
you
even
say,
worse,
hey,
you typed it
y'all.
for
Hey,
Google.
hey,
I'm not an
okay.
animal.
You typed it for Google.
Yeah, for now they're gonna say we know now. My interests are all gonna be like all these racist items.
Yeah, they're gonna
you want to
start
buy this MAGA hat?
Yeah, suggesting MAGA hats and Kanye videos for you.
Oh no.
Now, how's the Kanye thing been for you? Because you're a Kanye fan.
Yeah, I mean, I was, I guess, yeah. I mean, I think he's a musical genius, right? Separate the art from like the
I think,
opinion.
yeah,
I
you
think
can do
musical
that.
genius, but I've learned, I mean, being a musical genius don't make you overall genius, right?
Yeah, I mean, being a genius, period, doesn't make you an overall genius. How about that?
Right, it's different things.
We
so-
don't know what Einstein was into.
Yeah, right.
We have
so-
They
No
say
idea.
you're getting a lot of ass. That's what they say.
Einstein ate ass?
Not eating. I didn't say. I don't know about that.
He
That's,
got a lot?
that he
Really?
got a lot though.
Really?
That is what they say. They say he was a ladies' man.
That's good for
Einstein.
him.
That might be something that like we as Jews just put out there. Like it's like a good
Just to make it
standard
sound
to
good?
set.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the standard of nerdy Jewish guy was out here slaying. Like we
Yeah.
just want to have that out there.
Right.
But I have heard that.
That's how he came up with the theory. It's all relative. You know what I'm saying? It's all relative. That's how he
Exactly.
came up
That's a
with
great
it.
point.
You know what I mean?
So what's the decision for you to go? We were kind of joking off the air.
Yeah.
That you're going sort of the old school route. You're,
Yes.
you're at comedy clubs every night. You're on
Oh,
social.
you're trying to be a comic. So you're not an Instagram
I'm
comic?
trying. I'm trying.
He has Instagram.
I have
he has
Instagram,
TikTok.
yeah.
He-
I have-
You weren't doing like funny skits on Instagram to get this
Funny-
popping?
No, that's not how I started. It wasn't when I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. So I kind of in like 2010 I was like in college. I kind of just Googled how do you become a stand-up comedian.
Oh, shit.
And Google was like, well, you move to New York or LA and you start doing open mics and then you work your way up. So that's just what I did. And in the midst of all that, like the Instagram comedian kind of blew
Wow.
up, and that became another thing. But I was kind of like, this is what I want to do. I want to be a club comic. I want to go on tour. I want to tour the clubs. I want to maybe do the Tonight Show, get a special. Like that was the plan that I laid out.
How many of those things have you done?
I've done the Tonight Show twice. I got a Comedy Central half hour and my HBO special.
I mean, come on now.
So you did it.
That's
And
pretty
did you
dope.
know, and I'm not counting your money, but did you know you'd still be broke once you did all of that stuff?
I mean, I'm okay. I'm not.
You're good.
I'm all right. Yeah.
Wow,
an
because I know a
interesting
lot of
setup.
comics that done all of that, and they're like, yo, I'm still getting by.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, I'm okay. Like I'm good. Like I do what I love. I get to wake
That's
up,
amazing.
come do
Good for
morning
you.
show with people that I've been watching since I was a little kid. My life is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
And you stuck in New York's going to stay home base.
Yeah, for now, I mean, unless LA needs me.
TV show.
Yeah, that's probably the next step. We're trying to, because the special came out on HBO and they had nothing but nice things to say over there about it. So the next logical step would be like, all right, well, if you like this, like, here's the show. So we're
And
gonna
do you
take
have that
to
idea?
HBO.
Like, have you
Yeah.
always had a show in your
Yeah.
mind of what that would
Yeah,
be?
we have the idea. We got Robin Thede. She just came on
Love
board.
Robin.
She just came on board to be her production company.
Oh,
Came
wow.
on board to
Congrats.
do
Wow,
it with me.
good,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're going to
So it's
HBO
all moving in the right
next
direction
month.
right now.
Yeah, yeah. I
And you're
just gotta-
writing it? You're-
Yeah, me and my boy Jordan Fisher, another comedian from New York City, from North Carolina in New York City. But yeah, we wrote up an idea about. It's kind of based loosely off my life before I was doing comedy. I used to work at the airport, LaGuardia. Shout out Delta.
What did you
LaGuardia.
do there?
I was a baggage handler. Yeah.
So let's talk
Let's
about you baggage handlers.
talk about it.
Do you guys actually give a fuck?
Yeah, I mean, at Delta, like we did. We did.
You gave a fuck.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
all I want to know. Do y'all give a fuck?
Yes,
That's it.
yes. We're not just throwing bags like trying to break it. But it is, I will say this, with all respect to all my boys at LaGuardia, from being there, it was like a damn, like this is really an assortment of psychopaths all working it, like including myself. Like because I started it when I had just graduated college. I was like pre-law. I was gonna go to law school. Like I was like this thing. And then I saw the job job like withered me down into like, who have I become? Like, this is who I am. Like,
And what about the job? Just the constant, just
The hours too.
it's really like a prison yard in the sense of like there's there's a break room, there's cliques, like the Jamaicans hang with the Jamaicans, the Spanish people hang out with the Spanish people. I played both sides. I
Yeah,
was just like
'cause you
Afro
was South
Latino.
Jamaica
Yeah, and
and-
I'm like,
you
I
move
go
around.
to the Jamaicans, watch soccer, then I go watch baseball with the Dominicans. So I was all over. But yeah, it was just like a prison yard. It was funny because there's like a kind of like a warden that's like comes in like, get it together. There's
they
like,
got a weight set. Y'all lift in weights.
yeah,
back
we
then?
had a weight set. Yeah, we had all that. It'd be people working out. It'd be people fighting. We played spades. Spades used to get crazy.
What were the shifts too?
I used to do doubles. I used to do 6:30 to 7 p.m. 6:30 a.m. to 7 p.m.
How many
And
days
then
a week?
I used to do that 3-4 days a week, and then I used to go do stand up at night. That was like my life. I used to do
And how much? Okay, so now y'all got a union when you're a baggage.
No, we had no union.
Wow.
Do they have one now?
No.
What?
Yeah, they didn't allow that.
Oh, they making sure. So they making sure y'all stay paid enough to stay out the union.
Yeah, I mean, in jobs like that, I learned every time there was a threat of a union coming in, they would just management would just be like, "Listen, whatever you guys need, it's on us. Like, we want y'all to know that we are here for you guys.
They don't
so
want that.
You want to take 3 months off and go live in
Cool.
DR? Do it. Just make sure when that vote comes around, you understand which side you lie on. So that was it. We never had a union. It was always threats of a union coming in, and that kind of kept the job cool because every time there was a threat, management would be like, "Listen, it's on whatever you guys want." So that was
Did you get a buddy pass?
Yeah, I had. Yeah.
So here's my last question.
Yeah.
And it's for any airport, and I'm sure people will understand this. There's 9 different fucking baggage claim carousels.
Sure, yeah.
Whatever the fucking
Sometimes
number
more.
is,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Why are 3 fucking flights at the same
Baggage. Yeah.
baggage claim
Yeah.
when the one right next to it
Is open.
and empty?
Yeah, that's
Talk to me.
that's on operations. Like operations decides that because they know what flights are coming in, so they know like, all right, maybe there's 3 flights from Florida at Carousel 3, but we need Carousel 201 because Atlanta's coming in with 300 bags.
Okay.
So the people don't see that, but it's like maybe these 3 flights altogether was only 150 bags, but Atlanta coming in with 300.
All right, see,
That
I
makes
needed
sense.
this
Okay.
info. I needed this info because I'll
Yeah.
be standing there like, yo, bro.
Yeah.
Why the fuck I gotta wait behind all these flights for my bag?
Yeah.
And it's one right here.
Yeah, that was the thing too about working at the airport, because like I would, when celebrities would come through, like it was a lot of times where I had to like get them their stuff. Like I remember 50 came through once, and he got picked up like because when you're a celebrity, they pick you up in a Porsche at the gate. And
That's
it
a
was,
Delta thing.
Yeah. And there was this one coworker that he wanted to. He's like a rap. He wanted to be a rapper. So I got assigned like 50s back. Like they was like get 50 bags and just bring it to him because they was like
And you were psyched.
this dude. Yeah,
Kid
I
from
mean,
South-
but
you're from Jamaica,
yeah, I mean
Queens.
50. Yeah, I was from South Jamaica, Queens. This was like so. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna be cool about it. Like just be cool. Don't be weird. But my boy was like, yo, he found out that I had 50's bags, and he was like, yo, I need you to give him my mixtape. And I was like, I'm not doing that. And he was like, nah, this is like my chance. Like, I'm gonna get off the thing. Like, and he was trying to follow me around to find what gate 50 was coming in so he could give him. And I'm like, and this was like when 50 was like, I mean, 50's still always 50, but like back then he was just like no games. Like I'm like, he
leave
gonna
me the
launch
fuck
it.
alone.
He gonna launch your thing across the ramp, right? Yeah. So like people had to really talk him like, bro, if you do this, you're gonna lose your job. Like 50, you're gonna lose your job if you try to give him a mixtape. Also, it's probably not ready for 50. Yeah. You know?
Probably needs work.
Right.
Do you have any other specific memories of people of random celebs you saw at the airport?
Yeah, I mean, I used to see a lot of celebs. I used to see, a couple of them from the other stations. They used to fly in. I don't know.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
it's love. You can shout Angie,
yeah.
Envy, Charlamagne,
Yeah.
whoever.
All of them. Yeah, all of them, and they was always super cool. Angie, Scythe, and Charlamagne. I saw all of them like on all different occasions.
You as somebody who's been listening in New York City, I'm glad you brought that up. Do y'all think that we really have real problems with each other, or do y'all interpret us taking shots on the air as real problems behind the scenes?
Well, because I'm cool with Scythe now, I get the inside, so I'm like, because I
no, there's definitely people who have for real problems.
Yeah. Well, I asked Scythe, and he was just like, no, it's like all love. It's a couple, like he said, it's like a couple people.
that
who
people
do.
have real problems.
But like, I remember when I did Juanette, like, I just be fascinated knowing, like, because I've been just watching hip hop, and you know, you watch the, like, if you follow like the Hot 97 history, like all the stuff that's happened. But so I asked, like, yo, is it really like that? Like, is this person really like that? Like, is this is that person really a gangster? Is that person really a gangster?
Well, also don't believe Ebro. Ebro will downplay it too far. He'll make it sound like they're chum.
He does do that.
It's not
some
always
people
chum,
really
chum,
have
chum.
problems.
You do that, yeah.
Then some people, it's like, I don't really know that person to be cool with them, but I don't dislike them.
Yeah.
Like I haven't made the effort to like get to know you, right?
Yeah.
Or or I said something slick about you and you probably think I really don't like you, but really I was just I talk shit on the field. You know what I'm saying? I said when I played football, I talk shit.
But what
You know
about
I
when
mean?
it's a real situation for a positive cause and you're like, yo, let's take
No,
this
but that's
photo
what I'm
together for
saying.
the cause, and they're like, I won't take a photo with
my
you.
God.
Because
I'm sorry, it came up. I have to deal with it.
No, but that's because I made a comment that hurt that person's feelings because of something that they did
Right.
Do you be feeling comfortable outside?
all the time.
Yeah. All right.
Ebro, have you seen how big Ebro is?
I
He
know
stands
you
up?
a big dude, but remember I told you that like I needed a crew. Like even today, I was like coming in, I'm like, why? It's just me by myself. I should have a crew.
Well, I
of
mean, I
people.
guess comfortable it's relative, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
never not ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
yeah.
I'm also not trying to put on the energy that like something. If you talk to me, something's gonna pop off. Like I don't
Yeah.
really,
Yo, I made
I'm not that guy.
So
Like,
there's this dude, there's a Dominican dude who works in my building.
Yes.
Who is, when I say big, I mean he would be as big as any security guard we've seen with any artist. Like think like Drake, Snoop, the biggest security guards.
Right.
And I joked with him once. I'm like, yo, if I have any problems, you need to come out with me.
Yeah.
I should have never mentioned this. Now every time I see him, he's like, "Yo, when we doing this?" I'm like, "No, I don't want that energy. I'm
Yeah.
good. I'd rather
Yeah.
just
that-
move
I'm not
around."
that. I'm not that. Person,
I don't want to. Like, of course, you don't want to glamorize it, but as being a New York hip hop guy and all like the beefs that came to New York, sometimes I'm like, I wish I was kind of born like that, where it was just like, I'll smack anybody, no problem.
Yeah, but I think this goes back to you being tall and wanting to be tall.
Yeah.
Like
But
you-
not everyone. But it be some of the short dudes that be the wildest.
No, they be wild, but it's because they're insecure. Like you're insecure because you're short. So now you're trying to put on all this. I'm a de-escalation guy.
Yeah,
Listen, man.
yeah. But they see,
Now I'm prepared to make my move and get to the car, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. We're
Yeah.
not shooting a fair one. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah.
standing here waiting for some whole thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna do my 1-2. I got a couple of 1-2s that I've used throughout the year, and I'm dashing. Like I'm out here.
but you guys like, cause like Hot 97, you guys was doing it before. Like back then, it wasn't for the gram, right? So it's like if a rapper was up here talking and somebody called in, like it was really a
Yeah, it
problem.
was a
That
problem.
wasn't like a show.
No.
They wasn't recording that.
No,
like
no.
now.
Like when Puff called up, people was upset.
Right.
When Locks was up here, like, yo, we'll drop a refrigerator off
Right.
top of the building, all that was real.
Right.
When
When
Jim
50 and
Jones
them-
called up and wanted smoke with Rosenberg,
yeah,
when,
right.
with 50, the
50
multiple
was here,
things
whole
and game
game.
and the
They
whole
was
thing,
like,
yeah.
all right, it's on,
yeah,
and we ready for it. But like now, it's kind of like now I don't know if it's real or fake. Because even coming up here, I was
Some
like,
people, it's real, man. Listen, man, I know everybody try to act like certain things is for the gram.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as you can see with what's going on, there's people out here with that thing on them. And they
Yeah.
ready to use it.
But
Like-
in radio, I wouldn't.
Oh,
say
you
it's
mean
like
the hosts of radio? I thought you were talking about the artists.
Well, I was talking about both sides. Because even like from my side, like when the special came out, I'm doing all this promo tour, and like I get along with everybody. Like I'm a cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't want no problem. I'm a cool dude. But in my head, part of my head was like, damn, if I just got up and walked out of Ebro's interview, I'd probably do good for the special.
You wanna
probably
do-
get it?
by the way, we can still do
get it to
this.
skyrocket.
We can get it poppin'.
By the way, By the
All
way,
you gotta do is curse at Laura
hold on,
Styles.
hold on,
I'm
hold
turning
on.
you
By the way,
upside down.
we could do this. This is with how crazy the world is right now. We could do this. Talk about the whole thing we're gonna do in the YouTube video.
Yes.
But then cut it. Just the acted part of you being mad and walking out. Cut that for
Can
Twitter.
we end it this way? Can we?
Yes.
Do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do
But we don't want you to come off bad.
No, but in the
No,
video,
we don't want anyone to come off.
This is going to be in it, like that weird.
But no,
we
but
planned
this will only be on YouTube. On Instagram, what'll move around,
Oh.
it'll just be the short part.
Yeah.
They
Okay,
won't ever
yeah.
go watch the full video to know
Right, they
it was a
won't know.
complete setup.
Right, and we'll just take this part for the gram.
Yeah, we could
You know
do
what I'm
it.
saying?
And then they'll
so
be like-
turn to Laura and go, yo.
No,
Laura,
No,
Come
I'm not
on,
doing
no,
Laura.
come
Nah,
on. Why you setting him up
You,
like
I'm
that?
doing
It's
you
just
because
gonna be
you.
a
I
clip
feel like
that's
the
gonna be
comments
like,
gonna be
don't
like,
be
yeah, it's
disrespectful.
finally,
Yeah, fuck him.
it's about time Ebro got what he
So,
deserved.
so you just be like, yo, Ebro, I'll smack the shit out of you. You know what
But
I'm
then
saying?
hold on, how does he, real quick, we got to plan this. How does he go from I'll smack the shit out of you to walking out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of weak. What if
Yeah.
he chases you out? What if Ebro ends up chasing you out?
Yeah.
Like you start getting
not
up.
gonna
I'm
be
not
views. It's not
chasing
gonna be
No, you can
not
say, just start it, and anybody be like, well, you can get the fuck up out of here.
Why don't we?
Yeah, and
Maybe
that'll
you
be
get
the- and-
kicked out.
and
No,
that'll
no,
be
no.
the
no.
clip.
How about this?
All right, so boom. Remember when I asked you the Comedy Central HBO question? I was like, which one was better? You'd be like, yo, why would you ask me some dumb shit like that? You trying to fuck up my paper? Yo, you's a real bitch ass nigga. Then you smack the mic, and then you storm out.
And then we'll just look at each other dumbfounded.
And that'll be the
And that's
clip.
the whole-
But that's
Yeah,
the clip.
That's the
but you
clip.
got to live with the repercussions of that because when the Shade Room writes, comedian
Ian Lara.
bitches out Ebro.
Well, no, because they wouldn't. They would be like, yo, Ebro, assholes at it again.
Right,
Trying
right.
to fuck up the young comedian's
Or you
paper.
want me to ask you a question where like I compare you to a white comedian and then everyone's like, Rosenberg disrespects by mentioning Seinfeld to Ian Lara. There's so many options.
This is the part when I was like, I wish I was cut from that. Like, I wish there's people that you would have up here and they would be like, hell yeah, let's do this. I want that energy. But like, I don't at
You
all.
actually
Like,
can't do it.
I want
You
people to
can't
be
do it.
like, nah, it was cool. Ebro's cool. Everybody cool. I don't want that energy, but I wish I did.
I feel you.
I wish I did.
I
Like,
know.
I wish
Listen,
I had that energy.
have you
I wish
ever-
I was like,
well,
yo.
from here on out, I could always just be like, yo, fuck that dude. He came by the show. Shit was trash.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
No,
I don't want that either.
please don't do that.
No, you're like I
Please
can
don't
always
do
tell
that.
people I hated the special.
Yeah,
They shouldn't watch.
yeah.
Please don't. Please
No,
don't.
no, just don't.
Well, no, because then at that point, they're going to go watch for themselves, and then they're going to come back to me and be like, yo, you know what the fuck you talk about? Ian Lara is amazing.
But there is, you know how the internet works. There is a group of percentage of people that are gonna be like, fondly, somebody saying what I exactly what I thought, and you're gonna be their champion. I don't want that energy out there at all.
At all,
Nah,
right?
I just want the love. And like these gangster dudes, I'm like, how you just be feeling safe out? I be feeling safe. Like I don't
well,
have
you
no
know, you
problems
want to
with
know the
nobody.
truth? You want to know the truth? Most people ain't going to do shit.
Really?
Most people ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah.
Especially if you're making money.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's really making money out here, they don't want no problems.
Yeah.
Like, do you really want problems? If you
No.
really making money, you don't.
No.
You don't want to be in court. You don't want to hire a lawyer. You don't want to.
But it'd be like the people around you, right? You get some gangsters around you.
Well, those dudes get, you know, the entourages get caught up in the
Yeah.
matrix and things like that, but that can still hurt your paper.
Yeah.
Because you brought them.
Yeah,
know
like
what I'm
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Fat Joe. Like I
Yeah.
think he's like
He's amazing.
dope. Like
He might still smack the shit
He
out
will
of
for
someone.
sure.
Yeah.
He will for sure. I think he's dope. Like he's like his music. I was a fan of his music. I was a fan of Pun. And then when he started speaking, I'm like, this guy is like one of the best storytellers
Ever.
Like he would be telling a normal story about how him and Pun went to the club, and I'm like, and what happened? I was like, oh, nothing happened. They just went to the club. And they was
You're hanging on
captivated.
every
Yeah,
word.
but it's captivated. So I watch like everything he do. I watch all his interviews, and then I was watching the interview where he was like literally looking in the camera. He was like, everybody is puss, and I was like. How, like that is a crazy thing to say, but I believe him. Like he was.
Well,
like,
he is, 'cause
he was
he-
like, trust me, everyone is soft.
Yeah.
He's on the short list of would actually slap you himself.
I know.
Yeah,
There's,
and there's
like,
not. Although, like, I think there's some ones that would surprise you. I think Puff will slap the shit out of somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Puff,
Puff
yeah.
will slap the shit out of
Puff.
somebody.
He would?
You saw when he almost fought on Halloween.
Yeah.
I mean, Puff.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he was wearing a Joker mask, but no, they're still out there. They're few and far between. Joe's
Yeah.
right.
Like the Puffs,
Well, and there's also-
50, Jim Jones, all of them. Like those.
But
I'm
there's
a
also-
fan.
Jim was back.
Because they're just so real. Yeah.
Jim Smack. There's also a hierarchy too, right?
Yeah.
Because you know, those are like, you know, Joe's an OG now, you know,
Yeah.
50, whatever. They've been around for a minute.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of dudes that's still around that would step to them.
Yeah.
But there was a time when they was the young buck, and there was people over them that would step to them and check them too.
Right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So there's always a hierarchy.
Yeah.
There's always somebody out there that'll check you, and then at a certain point, you're at the top of the food chain.
Yeah, but I've heard Joe told stories of like back in the day. He was like, if it was a DJ that was like, if I ran
Yeah,
into him,
yeah.
it's gonna be a problem. Like if I ran into him at the club with 50 Puerto Ricans from the Bronx,
It would be a problem.
it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, that's real. That's real life.
But these are you can still negotiate your way out of these things.
Can you?
Yeah. Well, look, as a DJ, what you can't do.
Fat
is
Joe
become-
tells a story about you wanted to throw Ebro in the van.
Yeah, and
was
I don't
throwing
even
you in the
remember
van?
this. I don't even know why.
You almost got tossed in the van. We
You
didn't
almost
I mean, they
tossed
was
in the
talking
van.
about it amongst themselves apparently, but you know, I never seen it. I never had.
You almost got tossed in the van.
That's what Joe said.
That's what Joe said, but it never.
It never
I never
actually
saw the van,
happened.
and nobody
Yeah.
ever apprehended me.
And where is this van? And what kind of van is it? It's
So
like the,
It's not a good
magical
van. I'm telling
mystery
you,
van.
I don't wanna
know
be a
Puerto
part of
Ricans
it.
from the Bronx. It's not a good van.
It can't
it's not,
be.
It's not.
It can't be a
good
good
things don't
We
happen.
don't want.
What kind of?
van.
What brand van is?
It's not branded.
Is there a
There's no-
CD
there's
hanging
no-
from the rearview mirror?
Listen, there's a lot of sharp objects. I'll tell you that. There's a lot of sharp objects in the van. You don't want that.
Ian Lara's his name. He's got a special on HBO called.
Romantic comedy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Go
romantic
search.
comedy.
Just type in. If you just type in Ian IAN on HBO Max, it'll pop right
Yeah.
up.
Are you the only? I think you may be the first Ian comedian.
There's a couple Ians.
I don't know them. So you're the first.
Yeah, you ain't know me neither.
But now I do.
right now.
But now I do.
So
right now.
you're first.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Yeah, search it up. It's been since it came out. It's been like trending on HBO Max.
Yeah, you
so
can't even
people been
be a
watching
comedian without IAN. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
Have you ever thought of that?
No.
You gonna use it?
Absolutely not. He's not gonna use
Actually,
that.
I have thought of that. I did.
Yeah.
Because I
You
wrote
lying, bro.
comedy. Because
Yo,
I wrote
you lying,
comedy,
bro.
and then the Ian be capitalized. I
Yo,
remember
I
being
didn't know
a
Ian
corny.
Lara was a liar.
I remember being a corny.
Nah, you
like,
lying, bro.
comedian. Like,
Just say you lying.
This is my thing.
Say you lying.
This is my thing.
Yo, why you trying to bite my
You
shit
think
and
I'm
not give
soft,
me
bro?
credit?
Don't tell me I'm
Yo,
lying.
please.
Yo,
Don't
why
tell
you
me I'm
lying, bro? You,
Don't
yo,
tell me
smack
I'm lying.
disrespect.
Chill.
Don't tell me I'm
Smack
lying.
the mic.
This the clutch, man. This is how you become a star.
Just go like this and
walk
walk
out.
Bro,
out.
I'm not a fucking liar. And then go. Yo, man, give it up.
Thank
Check
you,
out
Ian.
his HBO comedy
Thank you
special.
guys.
Ian
Again,
Lara.
an honor, a pleasure. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it, man. This was fun.